Is dry pouring concrete a good thing or a bad thing? I guess we're about to find out. Now, in all my years of working with concrete, I have never heard anybody ask about dry pouring concrete. But then a couple months ago, my comments are exploding with, why didn't you just do a dry pour? Why don't you do a dry pour? Dry pour is way easier, dude. Really ought to do a dry pour with that. Couldn't you just do a dry pour? Dry pour is way less work. Dry pour, dry pour, dry pour. And not too long after that, I figure out why, because I get this recommendation on YouTube for this video on dry pour from this very charming couple from Louisiana called Cajun Country Livin. In fact, I will leave a link to that video right here. And this video is exploding, going viral. Now the concrete guy in me says, this is never gonna work, there's no way you can get it a consistent mix, it can't possibly be strong enough. But they not only go on to prove it with a project, but they also have a slab that they done a year ago with this really huge chicken coop sitting on top of it. Still looks great, no cracks. So now the creative side of me is thinking, could this possibly work? Now, I want to be perfectly clear about something, and that is that I am not trying to disprove or discredit their video in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I very much liked their video. It was very well done, and it was outside of the box. And isn't that what YouTube is all about? I mean, I wouldn't have a channel right now if it wasn't for that kind of thinking. In fact, don't subscribe to my channel today. Please subscribe to theirs. But with all that being said, there was only one thing left I can think about. I have got to give this a try. Alright, I've got the form all set and ready to go. I've excavated the area, flattened it out real well, threw my form down, screwed in some stakes, leveled it out. Now I've got it level in the front and in the back. On the sides, I've got a little bit of a pitch just to draw water away from the shed. After that, threw down a 1-inch layer of gravel, tamped it down really well. We're ready to go. Isn't this great, by the way, that we're doing this project in front of the old shed where it all began? Ooh, that reminds me, by the way, if you don't know the story behind both of these sheds, watch this video right here. It is a great story. But it's springtime now, guys. If you have an old dilapidated shed that has seen better days, or if you're like me and you simply grew out of your old shed, now's the time to look into getting yourself a bigger, better space. And I highly suggest going with a Weaver barn shed. They have an amazing selection of styles, and they really do have something for everybody. And the best part is that they will either bring a shed right out to your property or build you one in one day. I'm not kidding. Again, watch the video, it's insane. But I cannot recommend them enough. You cannot match their quality, their speed, or their designs. Weaverbarns.com, guys, check them out. All right, I'm about to put dry concrete in that form without getting it wet first. It feels really weird, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of feels like I'm putting my left sock on first. By the way, I'm sure you've noticed that I didn't use any kind of metal reinforcement. They didn't use any metal reinforcement in the video, so I'm not gonna. Also, whatever you do, do not tell Rapid Set Cement that I was using the Quikrete. Yeah, great idea doing this on a windy day. Just gonna screed it out. So far, so good. Alright, now this is the other very unconventional part about this whole thing is finish troweling it before it gets wet. Right now I'm rounding off the corners and I cannot believe that it is holding this rounded corner being dry like this. It's actually quite satisfying to do. Now in their video, they took a dry paint roller and they rollered the rest of the surface to kind of blend it in with these marks that I'm making. I'm not going to do that because I actually like the way this border looks. And I don't really think it's going to affect our test in any way, shape, or form. Alright, now it's time to hose this thing down. But as per the instructions, I'm going to put it on the mist setting. But as per our directions, we're just looking to mist it just enough to make the top dark, and then we're going to leave it for 1 hour. Then we'll come back and saturate it even further. Alright, so the sequence is you mist it, wait an hour, mist it a second time, wait another 2 hours, then you can put it on the shower setting and do that 3 more times with an hour in between each showering. So I fucked up. Got way too overzealous and too excited last night, and I pulled the form off and I jacked the top up real good. So I went ahead and took a gouge out of this corner and this back corner over here. I did not give it a full 24 hours in the form like I was supposed to, and I paid for it. But this is all on me. I really don't think that this has anything to do with the system. So I'm gonna give this another good 24 hours before I do any kind of breakdancing on this. So we'll go from there. All right, it's been a full 24 hours later, and I'm going to stand on this for the first time. Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. I know I'm just a little fella, but I am a little husky and got a little weight to me. Here's the part that I broke up real good too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. When I knock on this, it almost sounds a little hollow, so I truly thought that I was going to make some sort of impression in the middle at least, but I haven't. I gotta say, aside from my fuck up, I am very shocked and impressed. In the professional concrete world, this is such a sacrilegious big fat no-no, but here it is. I don't know what your names are, but Cajun Country Livin, keep up the good work. Now, I can't speak for its overall strength and PSI, so the jury's still out on that. But, I mean, we've definitely proved for something silly like this, it's definitely good enough. Now, you know me. I would love to drive my truck on this right now, but since this is a regular Portland base, it wouldn't be very fair to drive on this for at least another week. I think that what I want to do is I want to let this cure for 30 days, then I want to drive on it with the truck, but then I also want to crack this thing open too, I think. And I want to see if we have any dry spots in the middle of this. So once I make that video, look for that video right here. Another video I want you to look out for is how to repair chipped or broken concrete, which will be coming up soon. Now obviously there's a lot of things that we don't know because of time and what's going on inside. But I definitely could not get over how easy this was. 100% thumbs up on that. Yes, it took a little bit more time because I had to babysit it so much with drenching it down with water, but I had so much time in between to do other things. And building the form and pouring the dry concrete, I think took me less than an hour. From there, it was just taking the time to water it down. This is definitely not the failure that I thought it was going to be. and color me impressed. Can't believe I just did a dry pour. I feel so dirty, but I liked it. I guess we're about to find out. Oh, I missed. Got him! Oh, that should. Took a gouge out of this corner and this back corner over here. But this was all on me. This was me effing. But this is all on me. I really don't think that this has anything to do with the system. So I'm gonna give this another good. Yes. I did not give it a full 24 hours in the form like I was supposed to. And isn't this great that we're doing this in front of the old shed, by the way? Little dogs always think that they have something to prove. And then they keep barking at you. No matter how much you try to make friends with them, they just keep barking. Especially when you're trying to run dialogue.